Welcome to Nourish MD, Doctor Dietitian Dialogues, where doctors and dietitians empower you about your health and discuss and provide a better path to health and wellness. Proudly presented by Concierge Medical Practice Private Physicians Medical Associates, PPMA, with your hosts, registered dietitians and nutritionist, Lauren Papanos and Romana Brennan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nourish MD. I'm one of your hosts, Lauren Papanos, joined by my co-host, Romana Brennan. And today we are going to be talking with you about our really exciting upcoming program, our 14-day detox program that's going to be happening in early February. We're going to be walking you through really how this program differs from maybe other detox programs that you've done before, heard about, other types of weight loss specific programs, and really why this program can be such a phenomenal tool for you to reset after the holiday season. We've had many patients do this program in the past and had such tremendous outcomes from it. And so we're really excited to be sharing with you this program that we're going to be offering and how you can learn more and join us as we kick things off in February. So just kind of a brief introduction into the program. It is a 14-day program, which means that it is 2 weeks long. And during those 2 weeks, we provide you with all of the resources that you need. So you get shipped the kit, and the kit includes the daily shakes that you will have for breakfast and dinner. It also includes your supplementation that come in individually organized packets. And those are the vitamins that you're going to be taking. And we're going to be talking about in this episode specifically why those ingredients are so critical for your success. But all of that gets mailed to you from us. You also get in that mailed package a recipe packet that Romana and I have put together for you that you can utilize for your lunch meal, as well as additional resources on how to build your own meal should you choose to, our electrolyte recommendations, and so much more. We really break it down for you simply on exactly how to succeed during these 14 days together. And this is so critical, all the key components of this program for weight loss, as well as also seeing improvements to inflammation. So maybe you're feeling puffy, you're feeling like your joints are hurting, you're noticing that you have visible inflammation on your skin, as well as things like improvements to blood sugar. So maybe your A1C is elevated, your fasting blood sugar, or even lipids like elevated cholesterol and triglycerides and elevated LDL cholesterol. These are all key things that you can see improvements with in the program. And there's a couple of reasons why this is. One of them is because the program really emphasizes the role of supporting the liver. And the liver is this key place that our body detoxifies, and it takes harmful components that we're exposed to and it removes them into something that's safe for us to excrete through our urine and through our kidneys, as well as through our liver into our poop. And these different components that are in the program, such as what you're taking in the shakes and the supplementation every day, include the exact vitamins, amino acids, minerals that your body needs to be able to detoxify faster. And when we have better detoxification, it actually helps to be able to liberate fat stores, helps our body to be able to break down fat and become more fat burning efficient, if you will. So that's one key aspect. It also, when we improve and support our liver function, it also improves our thyroid hormone conversion. And our thyroid hormones are incredibly responsible to our metabolism and how our body is able to burn the food that we eat for energy. So if we're supporting our liver, we're helping our body detoxify faster, making things happen faster in our liver, thyroid hormones improve and metabolism improves as a side effect of that. Our liver is also responsible for insulin output, as well as where our cholesterol gets metabolized as well. So if we support our liver, we also can see improvements to our cholesterol profile and our overall blood sugar and things. So there's a lot of different benefits just by having the key nutrients that our body needs within the liver. Another key aspect of this program is that it really highlights improving your blood sugar control. And our blood sugar is a really pivotal piece to weight loss, as well as lipids, as well as blood sugar and inflammation, because when we improve our blood sugar control, we lower a hormone called insulin. And when this hormone is low, our body is able to more easily burn fat. And it is going to be much easier for you to be able to see weight loss happen and also not have crazy hunger and food cravings while you also are trying to lose weight, which we know can make it really challenging to see that progress happen. So there's a lot of key components within the shakes and the supplements, and then also strategically of what we've put together within the meals. So the way that we've actually combined the meals together and the components, the ingredients within the meals are all designed to be able to provide you the same effect where they're supporting the liver and they are improving your blood sugar control. So let's talk a little bit more about these different components within the program. Let's first start off with just talking about the shakes. Romana, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what to expect within those daily shakes and some of the key reasons why those shakes are important to this program?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, again, it's 2 shakes a day, ideally breakfast and dinner time. If you do need to swap it for, breakfast and lunchtime instead of dinner time, we understand that, sometimes scheduling doesn't allow for that exact schedule. So there's a little bit of flexibility there, but really important to have these 2 shakes, and not just any shake. With this protein powder, beef bone broth protein powder, also supplemented with some really great antioxidants, vitamins, minerals. Again, we'll chat more about what those are and why those are important for the detoxification process. But we don't just want it to be protein. We also don't just want you to throw in some berries into a blender and then just have a berry shake that's devoid of protein. That's going to really be important to start your day off and balance those blood sugar levels. So all of the ingredients in this shake is really important, and it's really important to utilize that packet so that we have those more targeted nutrients specifically that are going to help upregulate both of those phases of detoxification that you were chatting about, and also to help support your liver in that, right? And also to provide the appropriate level of amino acids, those protein building blocks, in order to support liver function and to overall support tissue regeneration, helping lower inflammation during this process over the course of these 14 days. So really important that you're having all of the components that are in this shake. And it's easier because we have it all for you in a nice little packet to utilize twice per day. With that being said, you can make it a little bit more fun. So the shakes do come in chocolate and a berry vanilla flavor, but you can absolutely add some berries, some greens for a little bit more of that mineral power, a little bit more fiber, as well as maybe some unsweetened almond milk if you want just a little bit of that liquid in there. You can also utilize a decaffeinated herbal tea, or if it's an herbal tea, most of the time those won't be caffeinated anyway, but something like that can offer some additional phytonutrients, some of those wonderful plant-based compounds that can help overall lowering inflammation, upregulating that liver detoxification process. And that would be your meal replacement shake. That would be for, again, 2 of those meals per day. Really important that we're not just skipping meals. We still want to offer our body those proteins, those amino acids, some of those additional vitamins and minerals. That protein shake does serve as a multivitamin as well, just based on the additional nutrients that are in there. So really filling an important gap as opposed to just decreasing your intake over the 14 days to only have 1 meal per day. And then when it comes to our meals, ideally we want that 1 meal per day, really emphasizing, again, high protein, kind of similar to the meal structure that we might talk you through if you are doing some of our one-on-one coaching. But goals here would be high protein and getting as many phytonutrients, those plant-based compounds, per meal. And both of those aspects are going to be really important, again, for weight loss, for detoxification, helping support your liver with the antioxidants that it needs, the amino acids that it needs to produce these enzymes that really help it function in the way that we want it to. We like using lunch as the main meal. That's our primary recommendation. Of course, you can flip it to dinner if you need it to be, but having lunch be your larger meal in the middle of the day and earlier on in the day, we tend to be more insulin sensitive. So our body is better able to produce insulin and have that insulin mobilize or transport glucose out of our bloodstream into our tissues, primarily into our muscle. Our muscle is where 70 to 80% of that glucose is disposed or utilized. And earlier on in the day, we're just more effective at that process. So ideally, if we are going to be having more of those carbohydrates, that's where we want to have that meal earlier on in the day. Don't necessarily want it for breakfast, but ideally if we can do it for lunchtime, just so you can have that be kind of that optimized meal timing. So with that lunchtime being your main meal, also optimizing digestion, making sure you're not eating too close to when you're going to sleep. So all in all, really recommending that lunchtime meal being your main meal for that day. And we will provide you through the program materials, what those ideal portion sizes look like for you, as well as a recipe packet so that it's nice and easy to just plug things in and help optimize that process for you and kind of take the guesswork out of what that meal looks like, since you will be having the resources for those other 2 meals per day.
Enjoy high-quality supplements shipped right to your door with full script through Private Physicians Medical Associates, PPMA. Reap the health benefits of pharmaceutical-grade vitamins. Set up your free PPMA account today. Visit privatemds.com.
So Lauren, why don't we talk about what hydration looks like as well during this program?
Yeah, so we don't have a specific number that you need to live and die by within your hydration intake, but we provide you with a guideline of how to know how much water to drink and the best types of water. We also talk about the importance of electrolytes and adding those into your water because that's going to be a really key aspect to preventing a lot of the fatigue and sometimes the headaches that can happen when you are detoxifying, as well as when your body is in a caloric deficit. If you've ever been on any type of regimen before, you might have noticed those symptoms. And so by striving for these optimal electrolyte intake, we can prevent that from happening. The program also is a little bit lower in carbohydrate because we're really emphasizing phytonutrients through vegetables, a lot of herbs and proteins. And whenever our carbohydrate intake drops, we also lose more water because every gram of carbohydrate that we store as glycogen, our body also stores water. And so when our carbohydrate drops, it is easier for us to become dehydrated. And by increasing our electrolyte intake, we're able to mitigate the symptoms of dehydration from happening. So we lay all that out very simple for you. But it is really important because I think oftentimes when people think about detoxification or they think about weight loss, they think about just drinking a ton of water and no salt, no electrolytes. And that's really not the goal. We do want to have the optimal amount of things like sodium, potassium, magnesium to be able to really help that water hydrate our cells. So let's just talk a little bit about the packets of protein powder. So those are called Paleo Cleanse Plus. And as Romana mentioned, they are going to be high in protein. They are going to also be bone broth based, which means that they have a lot of collagen in them, which is really important as we age. And they also are dairy and gluten-free, as well as soy-free, corn-free. So if those are any of your food allergies or intolerances, you don't have to worry about that. We also have a vegan version of that protein powder. So if you prefer to do something that is entirely plant-based, there is an option for that as well. Within these packets, it's not just the protein powder. As Romana mentioned, there's also kind of like a multivitamin in there. You get tons of antioxidants and nutrients, fiber, all of these different nutrients that your liver needs to be able to really optimally function. And that's all inside of that shake. So it's kind of like an all for one. It tastes great. It doesn't taste bad. So don't worry if it feels like, well, am I going to be swallowing vitamins? Is that going to taste bad? I promise you it doesn't, especially once you mix it with a little bit of berries and almond milk and things of that sort. It's very satisfying as well. That high protein content really helps to be able to satiate you because you're stabilizing blood sugar, you're helping regulate hunger hormones. And so even though it might feel like you won't be able to feel full from doing a shake for breakfast and dinner, you would be surprised at just how long that shake can hold you over. We've had patients report, 6 hours or not even feeling ready for lunch, although we still want to encourage you to eat lunch, just showing the emphasis of how critical this shake can be to really filling in the gaps of what a typical meal might be for breakfast. So that is the protein powder. So those are for your 2 shakes per day. So remember, it's breakfast and dinner where you do those shakes. You combine it as kind of like a smoothie or on the go, whatever your preference is. And then Romana, why don't you tell us about the vitamin packets, which include the Amino Detox and the Detox Antiox?
Yes. So both the Amino Detox and the Detox Antiox are combined for you in a nice little packet. So it's not a matter of having to mix things together, right? It's all compiled for you, which makes it super easy. But with the Amino Detox, so what this is, kind of sounds like it in the name. They're aminos that help you with your detoxification process. It's a really nice synergistic blend of these amino acids, these protein building blocks, some of which do contain sulfur. Sulfur is a really important mineral that your liver utilizes to create enzymes and antioxidants such as glutathione. Glutathione is the primary, we call it the master antioxidant that is at play within our liver, and really pivotal for liver detoxification. And not only does that amino detox have some glutathione in it, also has the precursors. So you're directly supporting that glutathione level as well as supporting our body's natural production of glutathione by providing some of those precursors. Again, all of that is more so adding to your antioxidant status, which can help combat any oxidative stress, which can impact our mitochondrial function, which are those energy powerhouses of the cell. So from a handful of different perspectives, you're really getting this amazing support to help you toward your health goals. Other ingredients that are in that amino detox supplement include a mineral called calcium D-glucarate, which really helps support your defense system, helping to bind up toxins and release toxins, and overall just helping that liver function. It also helps decrease any hormone accumulation, also hormone recycling. So of course, our body produces hormones within our reproductive system, and our body has the potential to recycle those hormones as opposed to excreting those hormones, which can lead to a handful of some of these hormonal challenges. So calcium D-glucarate is one that can really help make sure that those detoxification processes, whether it's from environmental toxins that we consume through food sources, or even things like hormones that need to be flushed out of our body, that process can happen effectively. So that's our amino detox supplement. And then we have our detox antiox supplement. This one's really going to be packed with some of those antioxidants that are really pivotal for detoxification. We're thinking vitamin C, vitamin E, things that you can get through food sources, but especially with a program like this, where we can pack your diet and supplementation with some of those additional antioxidants to help offset that oxidative stress that's likely at play, we want to do that. Wherever we can boost those antioxidants, that's only going to be helpful for mitochondrial function, to protect your cell membranes, to protect DNA from any DNA damage that can happen from over accumulation of toxins, heavy metals, things of that sort, all of which we are working to help process through with this program. So again, vitamin C, vitamin E are two of those really key antioxidants. There's also a compound called N-acetylcysteine, or NAC, that you may have heard of. This is a really pivotal precursor to glutathione, which remember was in that previous supplement. So all of this really working together in addition with some wonderful minerals, other plant extracts, curcumin, which is the active compound of turmeric, which is an anti-inflammatory. All of these things packed within just 2 supplements for you that are really pivotal for helping support that liver function, which all in all, as we zoom out, is really key for detoxification, weight loss, helping resensitize your insulin levels to help with blood sugar balance. So overall, again, we're really supporting detoxification and those goals from a variety of different standpoints.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's jam-packed with a lot of really essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, and we really haven't ever had any patients report adverse symptoms from any of these. But of course, if you have questions about it, you're always welcome to check with your physician before enrolling, as well as ask us to see if there's anything within your health history that might indicate why this program might not be good for you. But some of our patient success stories from the program have really been so empowering to see their improvements to blood sugar and their drastic reduction in inflammation and improvements in weight loss resistance as well. So if you want to join us and you want to get signed up, all you need to do is just give the office a call or an email. You can email us at info@privatemds.com, and Kelly at the front of the office will get you set up with the program, and then you will get shipped out all of the materials that you're going to need for those 14 days together. Then we're going to have a group kickoff meeting the Thursday before the program kicks off. So we are planning on kicking this thing off on February 10th, and we will have a kickoff call the week prior to that. And this kickoff call is to really just go through all the program resources, make sure you have everything well organized, make sure that you have all your questions answered, and that you feel confident and ready to hit the ground running on Monday. And then we'll do it all together for those 2 weeks. And then after those 2 weeks, we'd love to hear your outcomes of the program, any questions you have. We've had patients that have wanted to continue with the program in some capacity after the 2 weeks because they feel so great, or they want to know how to modify the program for more like long-term implementation. Those are all things that Ramona can help you with through setting up a one-on-one consultation. after the program completion. But we'll be putting in the information to sign up in the show notes below. And you can always give the office a call or an email if you have any further questions. But we hope to see you guys inside of the 14-day detox program. And thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode.
Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Nourish MD, Doctor Dietitian Dialogues. This podcast is intended for general educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult with your healthcare provider before beginning any nutrition or supplement recommendations. Sign up for our mailing list so you'll never miss an episode of our wellness journey. See the podcast description for the link.